I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. This is your San Francisco 49ers postgame recap here at Kezar Stadium, the original home for your San Francisco 49ers from 1946 to 1970 here on Niners Radio. Well, once again, despite this long-time rivalry and despite of the Seahawks' poor record, who reside at today's Week 13 matchup in the basement of the NFC West, the same things, the same results never change. As the Seahawks continue its domination over your San Francisco 49ers with a 30-23 victory over the 49ers, and it was just too many mistakes again. Poor coaching, special teams was the difference in this ball game on Sunday up at Luman Field. They changed their name to Luman Field. The results never and still are the same, and it turns in for the 49ers another loss to the Seahawks up in the Pacific Northwest on Sunday. And it was just Russell Wilson throwing for 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. Travis Homer had 80 yards on 3 carries. Tyler Lockett, 6 catches for 68 yards. Jimmy Garoppolo, 2 for 299 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw 2 interceptions. That was the difference of the game. Eli Mitchell, 22 carries, 66 yards. George Kittle had a great game in the losing effort, 9 catches for 81 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. And this is, of course, they were out without the services of wide receiver Deebo Samuel and with linebacker Fred Warner. Both were out with injuries on Sunday. So, and then the Niners again, just like in week number 4, they outgained the Seahawks 365 yards to 327, but it really, the penalties and the turnovers was the difference in San Francisco's 30-23 loss to the Seahawks. So the Niners now dropped to 6-6. Seattle improves to 4-8. Only their second win in their last 7. The Niners dropped to 6-6. They're now in 6th place for that, or 7th place for that wild card spot, the last playoff spot in the NFC. So the Niners are going to have to bounce back and put this one behind them real quick. They'll travel east to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's a Back to the Future rematch of Super Bowls 16 and 23. 16, of course, 40 years ago they played the Bengals in they're winning their first Super Bowl. And again, the game has been switched from a 10 a.m. start to a 1:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can catch all the action on KPIX, CBS 5, and on the Niners U.S. Bank flagship, KNBR 680 104.5 FM, as Greg Papa and Tim Ryan with the play-by-play in action. And Niner fans, to purchase games for future Niners home games, they'll be back, of course, 2 weeks from today. They'll take on the Atlanta Falcons, and they will have a special edition of Niners Tailgate, the holiday edition, 2 weeks from today at Levi Stadium at Empire Row in Santa Clara. You catch that on Niners Radio 2 weeks' time. And to get tickets for the future Niners home games, go to Ticketmaster.com/49ers. Ticketmaster.com/49ers. And for all the latest on 49ers news and so much more, go to 49ers.com and check us out on Twitter at Brian Davis at Niners Radio 49 and Niners Radio 49 at gmail.com. Once again, the final score on Sunday up in Seattle, Niners fall to the Seahawks 30-23. From Kezar Stadium here in San Francisco, right on the border of Golden Gate Park, I'm Brian Professor B. Davis for Niners Radio. Niners Radio is in association with the satellite digital media known as the SDM News Network. 49ers football celebrating 75 years of Faithful to the Bay.